Bro, what the fuck? Okay, bro, I just wait. It said stop streaming, and then next to it said start stream, and I didn't see it the whole time. It's because I saw the stop streaming. So okay, well we just completely botched this, but anyways, welcome to the Will and Trent show. We botched the we botched the whole thing, the whole intro.
We were
And
talking for like 30 minutes, man.
well, it was like
like
5 minutes.
5, 10 minutes. Like 5, 10 minutes. We were like,
Anyways,
welcome to the show, and we weren't even fucking streaming, dog.
well, at
Oh,
least, yeah, okay. Anyways, um, fuck, that's funny as fuck. All right. Anyways, what we were talking about before that, my new EP, Eternal Desolation, from my project Destined for Doom, came out on March 9th, or wait, yeah, March 9th, and um, his song for his band project Lorne came out as well this month.
crucifix. Also, your release was March 8th.
Well, crap. It's been
I
a
literally
crazy.
went to look at it. So.
It's been a it's been a crazy month for me. And let me. I literally we just talked about this, and now I'm gonna talk about it again. My show. I've been busy with my show, preparing for Blasphemous Obituary, which our show got talked about on the radio, which was pretty freaking sick. I literally almost lost my shit because I was like, I did not expect that. But yeah, our show is in Salem, Massachusetts. It's gonna be us, Blasphemous Obituary opening, Cannabis Crypt, Rose Lane, and the headliner is Altar of Next. It's $10, 21 plus. If you like sushi, you'll like this show, and if you like metal, you'll also like this show. And I can already tell you, I've been to Kodo before. They have the best sushi in Massachusetts. So, yeah, and yeah, that's all for like shout outs or something. Unless you want to talk about anything.
Not really. I mean, I've been contemplating new music this month, but I don't know. Probably not. We'll
Yeah,
see.
but anyways, there's been a lot of new releases this month, good and bad, and there's some that we're unfortunately gonna have to save for April. Two of those being While She Sleeps and Boundaries new albums, which my
Of
friend
course, we got
Ryan,
Era as
fuck
well.
you, Ryan, fuck you. You could have gave us the album because he got it on vinyl, but he was like, no, I don't want to record the whole thing. But I was like, come on, man,
We
hook us up.
also have Era next month as well.
Yeah, I was talking about for this month, but let's see what we got
Ah,
for let's see what we got for April. We got yeah, we got Era, The Cure. We got Alpha Wolf, These Living Things, right? Um oh wait, I think it was Half Living Things. Yeah. Um and then we got Ingested, The Tide of Death, and Fractured Dreams. Imminence, The Black, Greyhaven, Stereo Grief, The Ghost Inside, Searching for Solace, Diamond
oh, we're dropping
Construct,
that next month. Shit,
yeah,
I didn't know that one.
Angel Killer Zero, and yeah. And then we got a EP from North Lane coming out on the 13th of. And then, oh wait, why do I have this as a EP? Is this a EP? The Greyhaven? I don't even know. Well, either way, that's coming out next month, as well as Body Snatcher, Wild Conduct. I'm excited about that. Body Snatcher is fucking crazy. So, anyways, let's start talking about the stuff that did come out this month. And the first thing I'll talk about is the one that really disappointed me the most, which was the new Aborted album, which I don't understand. A lot of people are saying it's really good, but for me, it just felt like another death metal album, and it had a feature on every single song. So, I mean, if you like all those features, it's cool, but for me, I was only excited really for David Simon Hutch and what's his name, Ben Dur, which that song that you
That
both
track out, man.
Yeah, that song was really good. So I was like, wow, this album's gonna be really sick. And then I was like, it was alright. So yeah, I gave it
I feel the
like
same way.
I gave it a low rating. I gave it like a 4, I think, which sucks because I was really looking forward to it. So it sucks.
I gave it a 5. I give it a 5. It was. I mean, I didn't really have high expectations for it.
Yeah, me
So,
neither.
because I'm not a death metal fan, so it's like,
Yeah.
um, or a deathcore fan for that matter. But I gave it like a 5.5 maybe because like it was like okay, it's not that good, but I didn't have high expectations for it. So.
Last year album that was a death metal album that I had zero expectations for that was really good was Dying Fetus's new album. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I did not even care about this album, but I was literally listening to it before I went to SmackDown, and I was listening to it before the show started, like the whole time. I was like, damn, this shit's fucking sick. So I do like death metal, but that just wasn't it for me. Let's talk
Right.
about a single real quick. The new Wage War song, I really didn't like it either. It really
I have.
it,
You can go ahead and give your opinion first.
it really just felt like a generic love rock
Mm-hmm.
song, metal song,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Jeez, holy crap.
All right, I'm gonna be a bit more brutal with this. So, Wage War is one of those bands that I listened to like all throughout high school.
Mhm.
They were a band that I discovered. Shortly after I discovered Periphery, actually, and they were
Yeah.
they were there. They were amongst like my big three that I listened to, like Periphery, Wage War, August My Dread, whatever. And they were a band that always stood out to me because they were fun. It was a basic listen, but it was a fun listen, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they were the definition of generic done right, right?
For real. Yeah.
Like I loved Deadweight, loved Blueprints. Then they released Pressure, and I was like, oh, kind of bad, in my opinion.
Manic was a bit better though.
Manic was solid. I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
like the single Manic. I like the
Yeah.
song Manic. That track was
That
different. I
song
like
was
that.
cool. It was
But
like a trap metal song almost.
but then when we get this right, I was actually a little. I was like, okay, let's see what they do. Maybe they'll just keep
Yeah.
growing on their sound, right? Because I see Manic
I
as a
was
grow on their sound. I
I
see it like that.
I keep fucking cutting you off. I was expecting it to stink because like lately the Octane debuts have been like pretty hit
Oh
or
yeah.
miss. For me, I did not really like the new Fit for a King song that came out a few months ago. But one that I did like that I don't think you liked that much was the new Devil Wears Prada song, Ritual. I love the Devil Wears Prada, so I feel like I'm just gonna be biased. They're kind of one of those bands that, for me, they can't really mess it up. So I just love it. That's all I can say. It
That's fair,
just
man.
feels
But
like
like
a.
With Wage War, it didn't
Um.
even have the fun riffs either. You know what I mean? Like that's what I like about Wage War. At least have some fun riffs. You know what I mean? I understand it's a softer track, but why put a breakdown, a good breakdown at that in
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Like why? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It.
And if you're gonna throw that in there, then it's like, what the fuck's the point in using that breakdown? You could have used that for another track that would have made more sense.
It's
This
kind of
track is
like.
literally just like every other goddamn. Sorry, it's literally just like every other goddamn band that's trying to get big. You get any kind of fame or anything like that, and all of a sudden you're Octane Core now, and that pisses
Yeah.
me off. I'd not say Octane Core is bad. Not all of it is bad. It's the same thing. Cookie cutter, basic, cringe, and it
True.
sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because like it kind of reminds me of Masterpiece by Motionless in White. Like they have their
Exactly.
ballad, and then they just was like, oh wait, let's throw a breakdown in there. Like it didn't need a breakdown. It could have just went back to the chorus again.
And it was literally Breaking Benjamin Light.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
they're basically the goth Breaking Benjamin, which hey, I love Breaking Benjamin. I really want them to. They haven't dropped an album since 2018, which is fucking crazy. They just tour now, which I mean, I guess it's whatever because like they've already released some solid albums, so maybe they just feel
no,
like
maybe they don't want to release shit.
maybe they're like, oh no, Motionless in White exists, so why do we need to exist?
That's
And
funny.
Motionless in White is alright for me, but personally, I like them a lot right now because of Slaughterhouse, and they're gonna do Slaughterhouse 2, which is fucking crazy. That's gonna be coming out in May. So, anyways, Ritual by the Devil Wears Prada, yeah, I really liked that song. It was kind of like an extension of Color Decay, but I would like them to do something more, but I don't know, like, my favorite stuff from the Devil Wears Prada is, like, I want them to do, like, another concept EP, because I love the zombie
Mhm.
EPs, I love the space EP, so, like, I don't know, Ritual, it would be cool if they, I don't think it would fit, but if they did, like, a Hell EP, I don't know,
Mhm. See, my thing with the Devil Wears Prada song with Ritual.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm eating something right now.
hmm
Okay, good. Uh, it didn't suck. It's not a bad song.
yeah,
It just didn't do anything for me. If that makes sense.
yeah,
Like I didn't feel anything from it. And the main thing that catches my attention with songs is if it catches my attention. If it
yeah,
catches me emotionally, if I can relate to it, or if it's just really fucking fun. Stretch didn't do anything for me. So it's like
yeah, it was just pretty
I
much
don't know,
like
that's how I
a
feel about it.
what's it called, like a pop punk song, which I like
Mhm.
pop punk a lot, and especially from the Devil Wears Prada, they did it really good on Color Decay. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was pretty cool. Um, but anyways, let's talk about a smaller band, a band that's a local band for me. They dropped their new song, Welcome Back. They're called Devitalize, and they're a really awesome band. I've been following them since their Reverse the Curse Day, and they're actually coming out with a new album in May. So I'm excited about it. It's called State of Aggression, and it is coming out May 17th, which is pretty sick. I saw them last year, and they put on a really good. They were the headlining band, and they put on a really good show. I also saw them open for Chelsea Grin. I I feel like I'm glad other people are saying good things about them because I'm friends with the singer, um, John, and I feel like I'm just like saying all these good things because like I'm friends with him, even though I love their music, but like other people are saying good
Mhm.
things, so I'm like, okay, good. It's not just me who loves them. There's this one
Mhm.
song which I've heard from the demos, like from Reverse the Curse, that's gonna be on the album. They said that they reworked it, but they played it live in it. I'm excited for it to be on the album, so
Mhm.
yeah. Um,
See, you showed me Devitalized, and I finally checked them out.
mhm.
And last year, going into this year, whatever, I checked out all of them, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, again, I'm not too big a deathcore fan, so it's like it
Yeah.
took me a bit for it to catch my attention. That's just me, though. I'm not saying it's bad. I did quite enjoy it. It was fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously, it's they're a small local band, so like obviously,
I feel like
they're not
they
gonna have the greatest production. So it's like
I was
production's great for what they are. You know what I
that's
mean?
what I
So
was
it's
about
like
to say. I was gonna say for a local band their production is really fucking good.
it's pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like if like every band, and this is for me too. Like I'm always hard on myself though.
Yeah.
Like for any small artist slash band, there's still like always small pieces to add into it. That's my
Yeah.
only thing about it is like I feel like it's just missing something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's it's really fun. It was fun to listen to. I did quite enjoy it, and I will be listening to the album when it drops. Takes a lot. You know me, Trent. It takes a
Yeah.
lot for me to get interested into an album. Like I have to hear it from people. I have to like the singles, all of it. It's pretty solid. I will listen to the album. But like I feel like for them, it's just missing something. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like while I did headbang, I got along to it. It's still missing a little key component. And I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on what it is yet, but like it's missing something.
Yeah. For
If that makes
me,
sense.
the thing that I find really impressive is the vocals because like he did
Mhm.
this
Oh,
song with
absolutely.
they did this song with Tom Barber, and like you can barely
Mhm.
tell who's who because of how good like he sounds. Like he sounds almost
Mhm.
identical to Tom Barber,
Oh,
even
I caught that too. I caught that too. I
yeah,
absolutely caught that too. I thought it was
yeah.
I thought it was Tom the whole way. I was like, wait, what the fuck?
They did. they did a cover of Requiem, and I was like, dude, that sounds almost like Tom doing it. Like, they're fucking good. I feel like guitar work, like that's what I feel like that might be what's missing for you.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Not every song has to have crazy guitar work. I mean, I know I'm a guitarist. I know my project has a lot of crazy guitar work. Both of them really, but it's like it doesn't always have to have crazy guitar work. That's why I was like really happy when like Invent Anime changed up the sound a little bit. Because like
Yeah.
there's one thing to have really good guitar work. It's another thing to actually have a purpose for the really good guitar work. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's true.
if they don't feel like they need the crazy guitar work, then that's fine. You know, maybe it is what's missing. I don't know. I'll have to listen to the whole album to actually have an opinion on it because I literally just, listened to these guys for the first time this year. So like
Yeah.
it'll take
I
me a sec.
and I've
It's
been
like I'm
listening to
not
them
a
since
professional.
I've been listening to them before this band even started. So
Mhm.
since they're an older band. So yeah. Anyways, speaking of Tom Barber, let's talk about the new Darko single, "Finding Love in a World of Tragedy." That song was beautiful. They need to do more ballads like,
We yes, we need more Darko ballads. I'm sorry. I mean,
yeah.
there's one every album, but
Mhm.
like at the same time, it's
I mean, Ice Nine
we
Kills
need
did
more.
like two or three on one album. So like I mean, if they pull them off good, then yeah.
We need Darko ballads. Like
Mhm.
Darko, I mean, again, with me, and this is the
Oh,
reason I didn't like Oni
Darko.
too much. The reason I didn't like Oni
Yeah,
too
that's
much is
what.
because it just felt very samey. There was a couple
Yeah,
tracks that stood out, but like that was
yeah.
it.
I
The
can agree
first
with that.
album was really good. The first album was extremely good. I liked it. Oni, on the other hand, was just very cookie cutter. A lot of it felt the exact same.
Yeah, I
Again,
can.
a couple tracks stood out, but then we got to what was it? It was the one with Rory, the ending track. It was the one with
Um.
Rory Rodriguez.
Ooh, I can't.
Uh,
I think
it
it
was the
was.
I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me look it up.
I think it was like Welcome Home or something. Oh, no, I don't think it was.
Come home.
Yeah,
It was come
I
home.
knew it
It
had
was
like home in it. Yeah,
basically the closer. I mean, they had redo, but that's
that doesn't
whatever.
count.
It's basically the closer. Yeah, it was a really good song. I liked it. They did that sensationally well, and the collaborations they do.
That had.
Fucking evolving with Shaolin G,
Oh
fucking
yeah, that
Anna
was a
with
fucking. That's
Taylor
my
Barber.
favorite song. Evolving.
Yeah.
I didn't really
Oh yeah.
like the other ballad on the album was like kind of weird because of like the lyrics. I feel like,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it was still nice, I guess. But like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. Darko has been hit or miss for me so far. They are fun, very very fun. And I'll always listen to an album when it drops. But like
Okay, this
you
is how
know,
you know I love a band a lot is when I feel like I need to have their vinyl. They're not one of those bands. They're a band I like, but it's not like damn their vinyl sold out. I'm pissed, like, cause like that's how I felt with Veil of Maya. I was like okay, I'm pre-ordering this album. I love this. I'm excited. So yeah, yeah. Anyways, this one you brought to me. You want to talk
hmm
about it? You know the album I'm talking about.
fucking Avril Lives,
Mhm.
Freaks.
Yeah.
That album is the first one that's actually made me go holy shit this year. And it takes a lot.
Holy
I just heard
shit.
a weird fucking noise. What
Yeah,
the
that
hell?
was a fucking cop car outside. I was like, huh?
Anyway, yeah, Avril Freaks, man. That album, I first saw it because I hadn't heard any of the singles. I saw it on again Bogdan HXC. Again, shout out to him. We talked about him
Yeah.
last podcast too. But no, I saw this on his YouTube, and he was fanboying over it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck is up with these guys? Like he said it was a perfect album.
Mm.
And immediately that catches my attention. I saw a couple other small reactors like, hey, this is actually pretty sick. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll check it out. Let's go. They're on Rising Empire, same label as Eminence was.
Mhm.
I don't know if they're there now, but whatever. We'll get to
Okay.
Eminence later in a sec. But no, I got into it. Immediately caught my attention. It's their debut album, by the way.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
their very first album. and it was already this good. So imagine how they're going to be in a
Same
few
thing with
years.
Bloom. Yeah.
Oh yeah, same with Bloom. Yeah, fucking Bloom, man, that was a good album too. But
Two debut,
um,
two debut
two
albums.
debut albums, both really good. I do think this one has definitely the edge over Bloom though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this one just had more creative juices put into it, if that makes sense.
I
And
don't.
what I really loved about it was the fact that it gave us a classic feel while also giving us a new
Whoops.
feel while also adding in a bunch of different shit to it. I'm not gonna spoil it if anyone else wants to listen to it, but very sensational album. It's my first nine album of the year. I gave it a 9 out of 10 after
Uh.
listening to it a couple more times, but
Yeah. The song.
absolutely.
The song Higher, which had like more cleans. I feel like.
Mhm.
For some reason though, like the cleans remind me of like Caleb Shomo from Beartooth, which is
Mhm.
really good. Like he has a really good voice. Um,
Mhm.
I gave this also a 9 out of 10. I thought it was fucking sick. Um,
Overdose is my favorite track, and honestly, it might be my song of the year so far. Overdose is really good.
well for me it's still Blinding Phase. I got so many
I mean,
listens
that's
on
fair. You're also biased on Knock Loose, but
Knock Loose Stan. Yes.
I'm hoping that album's really good. I'm really hoping it is. I hope it catches my attention because
I'm
Knock Loose
it
has never been one that's caught my attention too
seems
much.
it seems like they're not really gonna do that many singles because like they haven't announced another single yet. Maybe there will be in April and maybe one more before the album, which is good because there's only 10 songs on the album, so I'd prefer less singles. And they had two
Right? Yeah.
singles last year, so even though they're not
This is
like
their first album since what? 2019.
yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that.
So it's like yeah, a 5 year wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna double check. Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
They had the Tearing the Fabric Alive.
EP, yeah. And then they had
Yeah.
the single EP
The open
thing.
lost singles there. The open lost singles from last year, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the new imminent single, The Black, which is part of their new album, The
Mhm.
Black, coming out next month.
It's fucking phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Like I just said, Overdose might be song of the year. This one's right up there with it.
Hmm.
I It's phenomenal. I mean, I know I said this about Eminence. I mean, we didn't have the podcast back then, but I said the same thing about Eminence, Temptation
Hmm.
when that album came out. Fucking I
Heaven
don't
and
remember what it was
Hiding.
called. Yeah. Heaven and Hiding.
I
And that
only
album came
rem-
out.
I only remember that because I've listened to the title track a lot recently because like I just love that fucking chorus.
Right. And that album was solid. It just wasn't as good as it was put out to be. And that's
Exactly.
what sucks. And the main thing about that is I feel like a lot of it was just like the main thing was it was overhyped, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Like people put too much into it. And it was also just a matter of I feel like another thing is that they were on a label.
Yeah.
Because a lot of bands recently have been leaving labels, but then putting out their best work. So, like for
Exactly.
instance, fucking Unprocessed last year, they left the label, put out their best work they've ever released, in my opinion.
Boundaries
I
is
think it's their best. Boundaries just joined Three Dot, which is Periphery's label, which it's basically independent. Periphery don't
yeah.
really do much except help produce. I mean, so it's like well, I
Yeah.
guess I don't think they do anyway. But I'm excited for Boundaries album. I've never been excited for their albums before, but I feel like it's gonna be something different here. And it's the same thing with like with Periphery when they left Sumerian. I feel like
Yeah.
Hell Stands their best work. So
I
it's
was
like,
fucking
you know,
annoyed when they were on what's it called? Yeah, on Sumerian because I reacted to them and it got blocked.
yeah, you're right, yeah. Oh man, those Sumerian days were just something. They put out great work as they always do, but like I felt like Hell Stand just had a different edge to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, not going down that road. Eminence, I'm pretty sure isn't on a label anymore. I don't know if they're still on a Rising Empire or not. Their Spotify, like the label on the bottom
Yeah.
says Eminence. So like I don't
Okay.
know if they're still on a
Yeah,
Rising Empire or not.
they're probably independent, I feel
But if
like.
they've gone indie, watch out because Continuum was also really good. The other single.
Yeah.
So
And
both
also,
Song of the Year contenders.
if
Absolutely.
I mean, it's crazy because if they're independent and they're touring in the U.S., like that's surprising because
Fuck yeah.
not many international bands can do that. Um,
Okay, I think the last band that I can think of that did that successfully, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if they did it, but Breakdown of Sanity was another one because they were never signed at any point.
yeah, I don't know. But
I
anyways,
hope they start touring again. I miss
mm,
Breakdown of Sanity. Like,
uh,
like they're making music, they're not making albums, so
oh
and
yeah,
they're not
so
touring, they're just doing local shows.
we talked about Era a little while ago, and Era dropped a single this month, "Crawl Backwards Out of Heaven," and it was really good. It was fucking really good.
I've seen it get mixed reactions.
Mm,
I like it. I do. I've seen it get mixed reactions. It's very polarizing, it seems, because
yeah,
where the last two singles kind of had like a different sound, if that
yeah.
makes sense. This one didn't. It had a lot of their classic, more
It
heavy,
sounded
genty
like
sound.
Era that
Yeah, I mean,
everyone knows. Kind of same
right.
thing with the first single, "Pale Iris." That one
Hilarious, yeah.
felt like,
But this one was very polarizing, at least on r/metalcore. But
I don't go on
the
Reddit.
I do. I like to look. That's how I found Bloom. So,
Fair enough.
but but yeah, man, I like it. It's not my favorite single. I think that still goes to Blue Reverie, but like
Yeah,
I really like it. I'm excited for Era. I just hope they don't overhype it, if that makes sense.
yeah.
Cause like I don't know. Cause like I'm excited for the album, but at the same time I'm afraid I'm gonna get disappointed.
I'm
Cause
not.
they're at that point in their career where I feel like
Yeah,
disappointment could happen.
yeah.
So it's like
I'm
I hope
I'm
not.
I'm interested in the album, but I'm not excited as I was for their fifth album, the last album. I was super excited for that album. It was also because I just discovered them, and but that album was like really close to being my album of the year. I think either Iridescent or Welcome to Horrorwood, one of those took the
Mhm.
spot. Probably
I know for me,
Iridescent.
Welcome to Horrorwood took it for me. But
Probably Iridescent for me because somebody on Metal
yeah.
Burb's Discord, it was like, dude, you gotta check out this album. And I was like, alright, whatever. I was like, it's probably not gonna be that good. And then I was like, holy shit, this fucking album's amazing. And then that's why I
Right.
kind of gave it the edge. But yeah, um, I'm excited for Era. Vended dropped a new single. Uh, So yeah, it pretty much sounds like a Slipknot like Iowa era song.
Yeah.
I feel like, or what's it called? The what's it called? So Subliminal Verses. Yes, that's the album.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Far Side is a pretty good song. I feel like they're gonna just replace Slipknot. Slipknot should never release another album again, and then just let Vended do it because, as we've seen recently, Slipknot has not really been good with releasing. I actually liked "We Are Not Your Kind." I feel like there was songs that shouldn't have been on the album, but the songs that were good, I really liked. Um, Let me pull up the album real quick because it's been a minute since I've listened to it. I know Solway Fourth or whatever. I think that's what it was called, Solway Firth. Um, I really loved that song. Let me see. Yeah, they had some weird stuff like spiders was weird. But I liked Solway Firth, Orphan, Red Flag, Critical Darling, Nero Forte was interesting. Birth of the Cruel and Unsainted. Those are the standout
Mhm.
songs. The problem with Slipknot for me is every single time Corey Taylor says it's gonna be as heavy as Iowa and it never is. Like, just don't say that, please.
I don't believe they're ever going to they're never gonna replicate
Yeah,
Iowa ever again. I don't think
I
they'll ever
like
do that.
I like Iowa, but for me, their first album is my favorite. I love the first album. It's perfect in my eyes, but yeah.
Right.
which
That
is
time period, it's definitely really good.
yeah, it's always a tie up for people between those two albums, and I feel like after All Hope Is Gone, they just fell apart, which makes sense because they lost Paul Gray and they also got rid of Joey. So, R.I.P. both of them. But yeah, this okay. So this next album is interesting. This isn't an album I really cared about, but it was like last minute, so I was just like, oh, okay. Dragon Force Warp Speed Warriors. It like I feel like for Dragon Force, there's not really much like they could do wrong, but there's not really much like they could innovate on. Like it just sounds like another Dragon Force album, like crazy guitars, which I love it. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 because like it's just Dragon Force. So yeah.
See, like I had like my thing with Dragon Force
Also,
is
I'm not really that much of a power metal guy.
that's me too. I feel like I thought they fell under speed metal, but like I'm not either, frankly. It's not a song. It's not a song that's not a band that's ever caught my attention. I mean, yeah, the guitar work's cool, but
Yeah.
like it's
Dude, Fire and
unnecessary.
Flames was on Guitar Hero. That's how everybody knows him.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
shit, that's how I found them. The fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like it just never caught my attention. I just feel like it's a lot of unnecessary, just different bullshit.
Yeah.
No offense to any of them, obviously,
Yeah.
but it's
They're
just not
great
for me.
guitars. Yeah. Great musicians. But
Herman Lee
anyways,
is obviously really talented, but that's
here
about it.
comes the album that you were probably waiting for me to talk about and simp all over. Makari Wave Machine. I gave it an
Mhm.
8 out of 10. Other people um might say that it's I've heard people say it's amazing, but some people said it was alright, but I really like it. It's cool, like for me, that Andy has like a different project for like every style. Like he has like the more heavier stuff that he could experiment with in Termina. He has the more like metalcore gent stuff with Monuments, and then he has this emo stuff with Makari, which you could just like chill. So it's like you could get everything you want from him, and then he does features that he goes crazy on other bands. So yeah, I just love this album because it's more indie. So yeah,
I thought it was okay. Like personally, like I checked it out. Obviously, that style is just not for me as well. It's just
it
I don't know.
it,
That's my opinion. It's not bad. It's just
it
not for me.
feels like a easy listen album for me. So
Oh
like
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, I played it. I played it at my group that I go to every Tuesday, Thursday, and they vibed with it. So I mean that was cool. I mean there's not much. Like I feel like that's a good type of people to play it for. People who don't like metal but they like rock music.
Mhm.
Um, and also Andy's just a fucking great vocalist, so it's hard not to like it. I don't know if you checked this one out though. It was the new Downswing EP. Let This Life Devour
I do
You.
not believe I do it.
But
I don't
yeah,
believe I checked it out.
I didn't know that they were dropping everything. I gave it a 8 out of 10. I was really surprised. I wasn't expecting it to be more post-hardcore because when I did check them out a few months ago, I thought they were like hardcore, more piss stuff, which their last track was. Um, but yeah, it was like more post-hardcore metalcore, and it was surprising, and it was a good EP. It was a good. There was like it felt like a good switch up because like I said, there were like more hardcore and stuff, more beat down, and then like now they're doing this, so it's cool to see them changing it up. Uh, do you know anything else that released uh last month or this month
I'm
rather?
trying.
That you're
I'm trying to
listening to?
think. Oh, I'm trying to think because like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
fucking. Another project that I think you should check out.
Mhm.
It's about like Skyrim songs and whatnot. It's Evergloom, and the the owner of the project is Alex Anglis. He's the vocalist for Before I Turn, another band that I showed you.
Oh, I don't
Um,
think I
I
did.
do think you should check it out. A brand new single called Ancestor Glade.
Hmm.
It's pretty solid. I mean, it's a project that's a bit more easygoing. It's not you're not gonna get the heavies from it, but
Yeah.
obviously it's metalcore, so it's like you'll get some you'll get some heavies here and there, but nothing crazy. You know what I mean? It's not like Before I Turn where it's progressive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So it's like,
I forgot another
uh, ooh, you
album.
go ahead first. I got another one too.
An album that was announced. It's not coming out, and I don't. I don't know. Wait, is this single already out? Let me check real quick. But Foreign Hands is dropping a new album. They just announced. It's coming out in June. They did drop a new single, and I didn't check it out yet. But I will. I checked out the single before that though. It was conditioned for head-on collision, and that was featuring Ollie Appleyard of Static Dress, which I really like that song. They're basically in the same realm of Dying Wish, which is how I discovered them because he was on one of their tracks. So yeah, I'm excited for this album because I love hardcore music. I'm in a hardcore band. One of my favorite bands is the biggest hardcore band, Knock Loose. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Another release that it didn't happen in March, but it happened like right at the end of February, like after we'd already done that episode.
Yeah,
One of Osiris dropped a Mind Short Circuiting,
yeah.
which was better than Torchbearer,
And they got a new
definitely better.
vocalist again.
Yep. Joe Burris, the long-standing keyboardist and background vocalist, is no longer in the band. This is their first single without him. Pretty sure he was the founder,
Yeah,
so he's not in the band anymore.
I never really
So
listened to
I
them that
actually
much
don't know.
either.
That's fair. I don't know the new vocalist's name is. I actually haven't never looked that up on
Right now, I'm
Cyrus.
pulling up the Wrestlemania card, so we'll talk about that
Right.
after all this.
Okay, so right now it doesn't say who the new vocalist is, if there is a new vocalist. It just shows that Ronnie Canizaro is still the lead vocalist.
Hmm.
So that's all it shows. It doesn't show that there's a new vocalist or not. I just thought I heard another voice, so I was like, "That's not Ronnie." The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I
I was
guess
being
we'll.
mistaken with douchebag Ronnie. This guy's stoner
Uh,
Ronnie.
I guess we'll find out soon because they're about to tour with Attila in the United States, which unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to go to that, and I don't
Son
really
of a
like
bitch.
Attila that much, anyways. I actually was just listening to them a few weeks ago because Bryce, my vocalist, really likes Attila, and there are some songs that I like from them. I liked Payback, and I liked About That Life. They're both like cringe, I guess, but like they're like I don't know. There's something like they're like guilty pleasures, which is funny because they have a song called Guilty Pleasure. But I have a gripe with Attila because one time when I was doing reaction videos, I reacted to one of their songs, and I wasn't really vibing with it. I didn't really like the messages in their videos, or in the song and in the video, and like I was like, it's alright, but it wasn't really that like it wasn't really for me. And then he was some Attila commented on it, and they were like, "Oh, you could automatically tell he doesn't like our band." I was like, "I don't. It's not that I don't like the band. I just didn't like that song. You should have checked out my last reaction, which I checked out Clarity from them, and I really liked that one because it was like more of a metalcore song, like traditional metalcore song, and it felt like a more serious song from Attila."
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of them either. But just no matter what the song is, I
yeah,
don't know. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? It's just
they just
not my
talk about
style.
butts, boobs, and
Hmm.
money and all that stuff. Which I mean, to each their own. But like, I don't care about that in my music personally. So yeah, and yeah. So, anyways, we'll move on to something else. which is WrestleMania. But before we talk about WrestleMania, let's talk about this past episode of Monday Night Raw, which I didn't watch it live, but I saw like the highlights, and man, like I wish I did watch it live because it looks like one of the
Best
best.
episode in a long time.
Yeah, like there was blood, there was f bomb, like damn, like there's that was fucking crazy.
Definitely doing a really good job of uh, building it up to WrestleMania because, uh, like this is some of the best TV I've seen on WWE in a
Oh
long
yeah,
ass time, and I say it every time something crazy happens. I always do. But that's because Triple H is doing a phenomenal job.
dude,
Like he's
dude.
done sensational since he took over,
Me and my
and this is just a better showing of that.
Me and my friend were like looking at matches that happened like 5 years ago or 4 years ago and stuff. Like, who the fuck thought it was a good idea to make the Fiend lose to Goldberg? It's their fault to begin with for putting the title on them, but like Goldberg, really? You had him lose to Goldberg. Like, if he was
See,
gonna
here's the thing
lose
with me.
to
Sorry to
anybody,
cut you off,
if he
but
was
the
gonna,
reason why, sorry.
okay, I'll let you go.
So my whole thing is on it is Vince literally just wanted higher ratings. That's
Yeah,
all he wanted because he knew Goldberg was a big name, so more people would come and watch. That's the only thing he cared about. Didn't care about it if it made sense. Didn't care
yeah.
about it if people loved Bray. No one, rest in peace. Nobody really cared.
Oh yeah,
Cared.
by the
He
way,
thought nobody would care about it. So it's like
got him right here. The
you're
Fiend
wrong.
figure.
The Fiend figure.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that fucking sucks though. There was also like some cringe stuff. Like he had Roman Reigns before he turned heel. Like he was like getting dog food thrown at him and throwing dog food on Baron Corbin, which the last person to beat Roman Reigns or one of the last five people to beat Roman Reigns 1-on-1 was actually no, I think he was the last person to
He
beat him.
was the last person to beat him one on
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
Baron Corbin. It was the last person. Also, Eric Rowan is the second last person, I think, to beat him. Or one. He's in the top five. I know that because I just saw a thing where he was, which is crazy. He's not even in the company, but he's one of the last few people to beat Roman Reigns. Um, but yeah, that episode of Raw was fucking crazy. The Rock literally said, "This is what happens when you fuck with the final boss." And like, there was a video on YouTube of it live, and I was like, "Damn, like that's fucking crazy." I hope they keep this up because like, they said like somebody said like we're not even on Netflix yet, so like imagine what they're gonna be up to
Yeah.
on that. Like that's gonna be crazy. Anyways, also, oh yeah, okay, so I got the card pulled up. Oh yeah. That's what I wanted to talk about. I'm really impressed with Drew McIntyre because his fucking social media game and in-ring game, like promos, are like just amazing. I wasn't really like I like Drew McIntyre, but like now, like he's one of my favorites. Like his work right now is unbelievable. He's saying like the most savage things ever, and I'm really excited for when CM Punk comes back to the ring for us to get that feud. Hopefully for the WWE World Title, and then it pays off with CM Punk winning it.
Yeah. See, with me personally, I don't think Drew's going to be champion.
Yeah.
I think Damian Priest is going to take it.
Oh yeah.
He's got to cash in at some point.
I think what's gonna happen is either Drew's gonna win and then he's gonna cash in immediately, or Seth Rollins is not gonna be at. I don't know if it's happening before or after the tag team match, but if it's happening after the match, then I think Seth Rollins would retain, and he's gonna be like so fucked up that Damian Priest is just gonna come cash in, which would be the second person to cash in at WrestleMania against the person who cashed in at WrestleMania
I mean,
20.
we also got to think when Money in the Bank, the next Money in the Bank pay per view, they can wait a little longer. He doesn't have to do it at Mania,
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
fucked
so they
up
could just
though.
give Drew his moment. Drew can have a couple months with it, and then Damian comes in and takes it.
Yeah, true.
Right. So like they could do that, but they got to be careful because he's running close.
Yeah.
He's kind of real
I
close.
don't think they would have it the first ever expired Money in the Bank briefcase. That would be or
Mm-mm.
holder like that would be so stupid, and I would be so pissed because I like Damian Priest. I like the Judgment Day. He's the only
Yeah,
figure I need on my wall to complete the collection, but they don't have him out yet. Anyways, let's take a look at this WrestleMania card. The whole thing's not confirmed yet, but we got some of the matches, or most of it. There's one that's a prediction that's not confirmed, but people were saying that Kabuki Warriors are gonna face Bianca and Naomi, which that would be a good match. But I think either way, I think the Kabuki Warriors may retain, but I don't. I hope not because Naomi needs something. So, like,
I hope they do because I don't want Naomi to be a tag team wrestler.
yeah, true, true. But she's been losing a lot, so that's why, like, kind of
And plus, there's not a lot of women's tag teams, right?
true. Well,
Like,
actually,
not a
no,
lot of
there's.
legit tag teams. Like now there is, but like they're
Yeah,
coming up finally. But
yeah.
like,
You know what? I just thought
I
of a
mean,
fucking cool. I heard of a cool faction idea, and this would be really cool. The witches, Albadon, and what's her name? Alba Fire and Alexa
yeah,
Bliss. Put Alexa Bliss in there. That'd be a cool faction. I feel like, and have her be like the goddess version of Alexa Bliss. I feel like that could work. But
maybe.
anyway, anyways, let's talk about the actual card. The first match here is LA Knight versus AJ Styles. LA Knight has to win. He wasn't even on WrestleMania
Absolutely.
last year, so I feel like he has to win this match, and then this will give him the trajectory to challenge for either the United States title or if they do a draft, maybe he wins the world title. I don't think so, but I think if he's gonna win any title, he needs to win the big one, the Universal title, which I think they're just gonna bring back the WWE Championship after Roman loses it, which I hope he does. But yeah, I don't really know about this feud. It's all right, but I feel like it could be better. I feel
Right.
like
I feel like this is a must win for both.
yeah, but AJ Styles actually when is the last? No, the last time he won at WrestleMania I think was when he beat the New Day for the tag titles with Omos, if I remember,
Uh-huh.
cause he lost to Edge. Yeah, yeah. So
Hmm.
that's the last one. So, but I feel like LA Knight needs it more because at least AJ Styles has a WrestleMania moment, and he is one in is in one. He's main evented WrestleMania. He main evented WrestleMania during the pandemic in the Boneyard match, which is honestly one of the best Undertaker matches because
Hmm.
it was so different. But yeah, I really want LA Knight to win this match, so I'm gonna go with LA
Yeah.
Knight.
I'm going with Atlanta as well. I love AJ. He's got nothing to prove though. I think they'll win.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to prove.
Yeah. Anyways, next is the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match, which is going to be a ladder match, which is really cool. We got Judgment Day, who are the current champions, DIY, The New Day, Awesome Truth, and then there's two more teams to be announced. But I feel like the obvious choice has to be Awesome Truth with everything that the Judgment Day has put our truth through. And it was funny on Raw. He was like cut to commercial, and the Judgment Day was like about to beat him up because he thought he was
You
gonna.
want to break? We'll break you.
Yeah, that was cool and funny. It was like because he was like, "Oh, I'm watching the show, so that means I'm not gonna get beat up." It was fucking hilarious. Our Truth is hilarious. I really think him and The Miz. The Miz is super underrated, and he needs his WrestleMania moment. So
He had it
yeah,
when he beat Cena.
yeah. He got a concussion in that match, and that's one of the worst.
That's
That
yeah, that's
is
fair.
the worst WrestleMania of all time. So we don't really count that. Plus,
That's
The
fair.
Rock stole his
I don't know if
moment.
I count it as the very worst. I mean, if you go back and watch, yeah, WrestleMania 9 is pretty terrible.
Yeah, but it's like the worst modern WrestleMania.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
WrestleMania 9, like, I mean, there wasn't really that much competition because like a lot of it, like, it was like okay, but like nobody's saying like, oh, WrestleMania 5 is one of the best WrestleManias of all time.
Mhm.
So, yeah, but anyways, I hope Awesome Truth wins this match. As much as I want or love the Judgment Day, I think it's time for Damian Priest to become world champion and maybe either have Finn Balor win the U.S. title or I don't think he should beat Gunther, which actually gets to the next match: Sami Zayn versus Gunther.
You didn't even let me fucking choose who I think's gonna win. Dog. Like,
All right, all right.
I would
Oh
love
yeah,
to see DIY, if I'm being real.
all right.
Because what I'm thinking Triple H might do is build up their rivalry again,
Oh,
which
you know
I'm
what I
all
think
for.
also could happen? They
And I
could
think,
they could use
sorry.
this as a good time to split up the tag titles. Maybe DIY grabs one title, or like Awesome Truth, R-Truth grabs only one set of titles, and then like there's still the other set of titles, and then DIY gets it. And that's how
Mhm.
they split it up. That would be cool because we really need to split those titles up because there's so many good tag teams now. Before it made sense in 2022 to put them together because there was like no tag teams,
Mhm.
but now there's so many. It's like holy crap, we need those tag titles.
Right. Right, yeah. So, I mean, plus, if DIY wins,
Yeah,
they can add more to that story. They're like, hey, we hate each other.
maybe
Like, you were my best friend.
they're. I feel
Yes.
like they're literally just gonna because some people don't even know their history in NXT because some
Exactly.
people just never watch NXT. So maybe they're just gonna recreate that whole thing on the main roster. Which, if you've already seen
Man,
it before, is gonna be like, damn, not again. And then if you've never seen
man,
it,
I'm
you're gonna
down
be
to
like,
watch it again. So they
yeah,
do.
yeah,
As long as they do something with them both, because like
yeah,
they're both top tier wrestlers.
exactly. I was literally just watching that match, the one where he broke up. They broke up, and like NXT Black and Gold was amazing. I feel like the only reason like that Triple H can't do everything he wants to do now is because like he needs to do stuff that's gonna make the most money and get the most views. Not much
But
people
also
unfortunately.
appease the fans.
Yeah. So that's why they gotta do stuff with Cody and stuff. I wish they would like make SmackDown how they did in 2016, like make that the brand that gets like all the like up and coming guys and stuff, and then make Raw the main event scene, like the big guys like Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and then have like the lesser known guys like like LA Knight's not lesser known, but like the indie guys, I guess, like LA
Mhm.
Knight, DIY, all that.
Ricochet.
Yeah, dude, Ricochet has been doing some cool stuff, but he can't. Well, he just beat JD McDonough, but besides that, he hasn't really.
I'm really, really hoping because it feels like recently, the handcuffs have finally been taken off
Yeah,
of Ricochet. So hopefully this leads to something because like I feel like Ricochet has never had the freedom to actually show us what he can really do.
he was the last Intercontinental Champion before Gunther, which I completely forgot about that, to be honest.
Mhm. Gunter beat him for him.
Yep. But yeah. Speaking of Gunther, we got Gunther versus Sami Zayn, and I don't see Sami Zayn winning this match at all because think about it logically. They're about to do like a bunch of European um, pay-per-views, Bash at Berlin. They got Payback in France and a few other things. I'm not sure. So it wouldn't really make sense logically for Gunther to lose the title. I feel like before
I
all
just don't
that.
think Sammy needs it either.
Yeah, he's already been
Sammy,
Intercontinental Champion. He had an amazing feud or program in the pandemic era, where like he was just being completely delusional. He was like
The conspiracy theorist.
hmm and he had the Intercontinental title when he got like I don't know, I don't remember, like he got
He didn't want to he didn't want to compete because of COVID.
yeah, and then
So he had the title. They quote unquote stripped him of it, and someone else,
Jeff Hardy
uh,
and AJ
Jeff
Styles
Hardy.
had a like
I think
ladder
that was
match.
yeah. AJ won that. I think.
No, Sami Zayn won that. Cause I
I thought
remember
AJ.
nope,
Oh, I thought AJ was champion, and then
yeah,
yeah, the ladder match. Sorry.
cause I remember Sami Zayn had like his Intercontinental title and then the one that they had, and he was on top of the ladder with both of them. So I remember like he handcuffed them to either a ladder or the ring ropes. But I'm surprised I remember all of that. That just shows you how good a Sami Zayn is. But because the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic era really fucking sucked.
But I
Um,
see Gunter returning for me.
yeah. Sami Zayn, like he's completely like redone himself. Like ever since his match against Johnny Knoxville, which a lot of people thought that match was gonna suck, but since then, like he completely like turned his career around.
Mm-hmm.
That match was really good, by the way.
It
It's
was.
it's funny. It's just a funny match, a funny comedy match.
I
That
do wish he wins the world title at some point, but
yeah. I feel like maybe he should win Money in the Bank, but I kind of want LA Knight to be that guy, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people who should win Money in the Bank. Jey Uso. I don't know.
I feel like Jay is gonna be like it's gonna be like a triumphant story rather
Mhm.
than oh, I won Money in the Bank.
Maybe they should
Yeah,
make
it's
him
not gonna be
turn
a
on
weasel kind
Cody
of thing.
Rhodes, but that I feel like
Oh,
that wouldn't really make sense because then he would be Roman Reigns at that point. Like he'd be
yeah, no, I wouldn't help. Now, I mean, unless you make it like a heel turn, like how the Usos did it
yeah.
together, in like 2016. If it's like that, then like sure, but if he goes like back to that character, then sure, but that's about it.
Speaking of Jey Uso, him and Jimmy Uso got a match, which I feel like they should make. I thought Rikishi was supposed to be the special guest referee match because this match was supposed to happen all the way at Payback, but then Rikishi spoiled it. It was like, I can't wait to be the special guest referee for my son's match at Payback, and then they like made him delete it, and then yeah. So he spoiled that. So I'm wondering if that's gonna happen at Mania. That's what they wanted to. This is a match they've wanted. So there's not been really that big of a build up, other than him turning and costing Jay all those title matches, Grand Slam title matches. Because he cost him the Universal title, the Intercontinental title, the tag titles. So yeah.
Yeah,
um,
like I think it'll be a good match.
yeah. Also, they're just fucking amazing in-ring competitors. So, them and the Usos, like their feud, they put on some amazing matches, and they put on amazing matches with other people. But those matches stand out the most to me. So, anyways, next we got Logan Paul versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I feel like Logan Paul is gonna retain this match. He's gonna keep the
I was
United.
not.
Either he's gonna keep the United States title all the way to SummerSlam, or he's gonna win the world title, which I really don't want him to, because I hate him. But I
I don't
can't
think he should
deny.
be holding any title.
Yeah,
I'm hardcore rooting for Kevin.
yeah.
I don't think
Because
Randy needs a
yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
needs a refresh because he to be this hot, right, and like not like hot with the fans and not
Mhm.
have a title. That's just not good.
Yeah, and also
I'd like for Kevin to win.
I really wish he'd become world champion again because Vince screwed him over before. Same thing that he did to the Fiend. He fucking made him lose to Goldberg, which was so stupid. Him and Chris Jericho could have had a better match. I feel like for the Universal title. Um, but yeah, Fun fact: I got to meet Kevin Owens when he was the Already Universal Champion, but I didn't have a phone back then. So yeah, Kevin Owens is a cool guy. So I hope he also wins this match. Anyways, now we got the
The
women.
women's championship.
Mhm. A women's world champion, Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, and I just hope Mommy stays on top.
Rhea's gonna win.
Yeah, I mean,
Becky's had her time. I think it's too late.
also
And if they have Becky win, I might just throw something.
she just said
Huh?
in a, Becky Lynch just said in an interview she doesn't want to win any more titles. She just wants to have good feuds. So,
That's fair.
so I think
Yeah, I
that,
think Rhea wins.
and then the other women's title match, Io versus Bailey. I think Bailey is gonna win because,
Bailey's the
yeah,
logical choice.
yeah. Even though I'm pissed at WWE, they're not even advertising this match that much at all. Like, they didn't even
Oh
get a
no.
spot at the press conference. They're not on any of the posters. That's fucked up. Bailey carried the women's division in the pandemic era. So I feel like she deserves her moment, which she will still get.
Bailey
But, like,
deserves her flowers.
yeah,
Absolutely.
for real. I love People thought it was annoying at the time, but it was part of her character. I love the ding dong hello shit that she was doing.
Right.
That shit was hilarious. Um, but yeah,
I am interested to see Bailey be a babyface with this character.
exactly. Cause like the hugger gimmick, it was like okay, it was what it was. But I feel
For
like,
NXT, it was fun. But like when I got to the main roster now,
yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a lot better. So yeah. All right, and then we got Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I think we already talked about that. I'm just like looking up. But yeah, I think Drew McIntyre should win it, and if not, if he does win the match, either he holds it for a while and then Damian Priest cashes in, or if he could just win the match and have him cash in, and then they could have a mini feud, and then because like Punk won't be back till like either July or August the latest, so I'm thinking if they did have Damian Priest cash in on Drew McIntyre, he could have a feud with him, like just trying to destroy the Judgment Day or something, and then win the title back, and then CM Punk comes back. That would be cool. I feel like. So, but yeah, I'm saying Drew McIntyre for that match.
I'm picking Drew as well. As much as I love Seth, it's time.
Exactly, and he's been champion for almost a year, and he's the only world champion. So, yeah. I love Seth Rollins as well, but, you know, it's time for somebody else. In fact, Drew McIntyre also carried the pandemic era of WWE. He had that cool feud with Randy Orton, where he
I think
became,
Seth did a really good job of carrying it too, if I'm being real.
yeah, for real. But, yeah, hopefully Drew wins his match, wins the title in front of the crowd. And then we got the biggest tag team match in the history of the WWE. The Rock and Cody Rhodes. I mean, the Rocks and the. Oh my God. The Rock and
The
Roman Reigns
Rocks.
versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
The
And,
Rocks.
yeah, the Rocks. Do you smell?
Do you smell?
Um, but yeah, this feud with I feel like the Seth Rollins hasn't really been that involved in it. It's mostly been The Rock and Cody Rhodes, which makes sense. But I mean that alone has got me super hyped for this match, especially with what happened on the previous Raw. That was just one of the best like segments in a long time in the WWE.
Yeah.
So, um, I don't know. I kind of want The Rock and Roman Reigns to win this match because then for Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, I want Cody Rhodes to obviously win. But then if the Bloodline's getting involved, I feel like and a lot of people have said the same thing, that we're gonna have like a Avengers Endgame kind of finish, or like John Cena comes out, like
Mhm.
LA Knight, Jay Uso, all just come out and try to save Cody Rhodes, and then he wins the title, which I'd be okay with that. Like, um, it'd be pretty cool to see something like that. Yeah. I just
Mhm.
hope Cody Rhodes wins the title. Honestly, I don't care how he does it. I just want him to win.
Right? Yeah, we need a
But
we need a new champion at this point. Like it's time.
yeah,
Then again, we
like
said that last year.
yeah, and um, Roman Reigns hasn't done shit. He had like 4 matches last year, I think, or maybe
Mhm.
less. I don't even know. But and like people said that Cody Rhodes losing last year would ruin him, and they're saying that now. I don't think it would, because he'd just keep chasing the story, and people would keep rooting for him. People like rooting for the underdog, as we know in the past with Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn. So, yeah, Rey Mysterio.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, uh, yeah. I hope Cody Rhodes wins.
Absolutely.
Let's see. But yeah, I think I don't know.
Also, Aaron on YouTube says hello to
Yes, that's my brother.
Trent.
What up, bro? Broski. Um, but yeah.
Woo woo woo.
Woo woo, you know. Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder is dead. Matt Cardona, I am excited for him to hopefully debut in WWE.
He probably
Um,
won't.
I feel like he will. He's been doing pretty cool stuff on the Indies. I think it's gonna take longer than he thinks that
I
it's
mean, then again, they did bring Sean Spears back, even though he
yeah.
retired Dillinger.
That was really surprising because I did not expect that. I didn't expect him to come back at all. I thought he was gonna stay in AEW, even though Tony Khan wasn't really
I mean, I
doing
saw I saw a thing where he had a wrestling match
Chris Danger.
with Dankop. Yeah, Chris Danger, and it was an
That was
indie thing,
that was
an indie, what the fuck, an indie thing, and it was like it was an indie thing, and it was a really good match, actually, surprisingly enough.
yeah, no, that was his
Like,
first match. Chris Danger.
yeah, but like I didn't know if he was still with AEW or not, and then I just see him just randomly fucking appear.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
holy
like,
fuck. We
bro,
forgot to
what?
talk about that last episode too. I
Only
remember.
problem is he was on NXT,
Yeah. I mean, it makes
but
sense.
honestly,
That's
he'll
where
be
he
okay
was.
because
That's where he was popular before
that's
Vince
fair.
screwed him over. So he's gonna like.
That's fair. I mean, he's got a few with Joe Gacy and apparently with Dijak as well, so
hmm But I'm excited.
maybe it'll work.
He's got to kind of, cause he wasn't like a huge AEW guy. That's why I feel like he's not
The
on.
chairman.
Yeah, like he was there, but he wasn't like MJF or something. Like MJF, I could see him coming. People think he's gonna return to the. I mean, debut technically to return because he was in WWE. He got shoved in NXT by Samoa Joe, who is the current AEW champion. But yeah, people think he's gonna
Good to see
debut.
Joe finally get his flowers, by the way. I don't care if it's an AEW
Yeah,
or not.
yeah. But
It's good to see it.
but yeah, people think that MJF's gonna debut after WrestleMania, which I don't know. It's hard to say because I feel like
Could
Tony.
debut at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
You
imagine
never know, really.
that'd be fucking nuts.
Shit, I thought CM Punk. I knew CM Punk was coming back. I had that feeling, right?
Yeah,
That I thought it was gonna be at Royal Rumble, not Survivor Series. That caught me off guard.
yeah. I remember I was watching that with my friend Damien, and like I was watching it on my PlayStation, and my finger was like on the circle button, ready to, and then I just heard shit. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy shit, what the hell? Are you fucking serious? And I thought they were joking and playing a prank, and Paul Heyman was gonna come out, and I was like, oh my god, it's fucking him. I was like, no way. I fucking lost my shit. And that one guy, man, he had the whole world in his hands, and the only thing he said was Chicago, Chicago, Chicago.
Chicago, Chicago, Chicago.
That's funny. But yeah,
Oh my god.
but
It's better
yeah.
than someone get on the fucking camera saying, Chicago.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, if MJF does debut, that will be amazing, and Tony Khan will probably cry himself to sleep, as he's probably already doing, seeing how huge WWE is right now with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Speaking of AEW, let's talk about the two recent debuts, Okada and Mercedes Money, which I could have gone to that AEW, but I knew that she was gonna come back because they literally made it so obvious. Like, people were actually surprised that Mercedes Money showed up. I wasn't, because they had this thing. It was AEW Big Business, and the S's or dollar signs, and I was like, bruh, really? Cause like Sasha Banks' whole thing was like boss with the dollar sign, so I was like, really? So I didn't go because
Yeah.
it was
A little bummed out about Kazuchika Okada
yeah.
signing there, but whatever. It's okay.
But yeah, I wasn't really that like surprised. I would have been more I was really hoping
I
that
was surprised I was bummed out.
I was I was more hoping that Jamie Hayter would return, but it is what
I
it
wasn't
is.
surprised, I was just bummed out because like I heard all the rumors.
Mhm. And I hope that Jamie Hayter just rides out her contract while she's injured and just like goes to WWE or something, because like I don't know, AEW seems like a burning bridge right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or sinking. It's like the Titanic. There's not really much. They're trying to save it, but they're not. I feel like there's not much they can do to save it.
All right.
Yeah, cause like ever since CM Punk first left, I feel like it was getting bad. But then they were like starting to pick it back up when at Full Gear, 2022, when they had Jamie Hayter and MJF win the titles, and I was like, wow, okay, they're gonna like turn things around. But then MJF barely showed up, and then Jamie Hayter got injured, and then CM Punk came back and then got fired again permanently. And then like I don't know, everything else kind of felt like eh. So yeah, I just stopped.
I do think that MJF's title run was solid.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
just,
He
yeah,
played
like
the
it.
character good, because like he was like, I'm not defending it. I don't need to defend it. Um,
But then he kind of went babyface.
yeah. Which I mean, it was
I
cool. I
mean, the
was
babyface turn wasn't that bad though, because he was still kind of a tweener.
yeah.
He was still playing his character to perfection, even while being a face.
I was at I was at the
He's
one
our
where
scumbag.
him and Adam Cole did the double clothesline. That was cool. Adam Cole needs to stop getting injured, because I think that's the only thing stopping him from becoming AEW champion.
Absolutely.
And I'm bummed that he's in AEW, because imagine if he was on the main roster in WWE right now. He would be like fucking going off, because he was something else in NXT Black and Gold.
Oh yeah. Still, I believe as it stands is I believe he still stands as the longest reigning NXT champion.
Yeah, which is crazy. I feel
So
like Triple H is not gonna wanna erase that from history, because I feel I feel like Triple H is a logical person, and he could see why Adam Cole decided to go to AEW, because of
absolutely.
everything that Vince was gonna do to him. He was gonna make him a manager of a stupid faction or something, is what I heard. And then they changed NXT to NXT 2.0. So it made sense why he left,
Right.
even as much as I hate that he left, but it is what it is.
Right.
if he waited in hindsight, if he waited a year, Triple H would have fixed the whole thing. But he
Right.
did. He didn't
Like he's
have
doing like he did with like the Butch name change back to Pete Dunne,
an LA Knight
even though
from
it's
Max Dupree.
yeah.
That was fucking horrible. LA Knight said that he had nothing else planned. He was gonna get fired after the Bray Wyatt stuff because Vince was back, and he was like, he had nothing else planned after that. So it's good that this stuff, like TKO, basically saved LA Knight because they got rid
Yeah.
of Vince, and then yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm debating going to WrestleMania because like I have money saved and I'm just like, man, I really want to go to WrestleMania. It's like on my bucket list of things to do in life, and I'm just like, man, I should just fucking take my money out, just buy whatever ticket for the Saturday one because I'll get to see The Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. I'll be able to see Bailey, Rhea Ripley, all that stuff, and I don't know. I don't. I don't know. It's a lot. I probably can't do it because like the hotels I'm guessing are probably super overpriced because of they're like super overbooked. So I'm
Right.
not gonna do it. I live in Massachusetts. It's too far. And yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna demolish my savings for that. Okay. I'll wait till next year and try to plan it out. Especially now that I'd have somebody to go with. Maybe, possibly.
uh,
Depending how that goes. Um, yeah. So, this is probably a shorter. This is like a half hour
go
shorter.
way shorter. It's like an hour shorter. Like last one was 2 hours long.
Yeah, this one has been almost an hour and a half, though.
An hour
Um,
15.
oh, wow. Yeah, so, yeah, full hour, I guess.
Yeah.
Shorter because there's not much else to talk about. I knew it was gonna be
Mhm.
shorter because
Right.
all the cool stuff is happening. WrestleMania is happening in April. Boundaries is coming out at the end
Bunch
of
of
the
fucking
month.
albums out in April.
So everything that
Like
plus there'll be singles as well. So
April is like last year's March
for
for
real,
this year.
it's
Because like
gonna be
last year's March, if you remember, fucking August Burns Red, Periphery, and Invent Animate, and a bunch of others
Chelsea Green.
dropped. Yeah, Chelsea Grin all dropped in March, and
Yeah,
three of those albums were on my top 10 albums of the year.
yeah,
So I was like, holy shit! I think that's gonna be the same thing with this year's April with April this year because
yeah. Mhm.
there's so many album of the year contenders I'm already looking at. But then again, Avril Lavine's really surprised me.
Yeah,
So I was like,
yeah. We're gonna be so freaking surprised.
really, really surprised me. And like Enterprise Earth disappointed me. So I was
Yeah.
like, ooh. Like
Enter.
they didn't suck. It just wasn't as good as I
Yeah.
expected it to be.
Yeah. It wasn't. It's hard when a band releases such a good album. And then like
It really
it's hard to
is. It
follow
really
up.
is because The Chosen was phenomenal, and then this album, I had high expectations for this album, and it just didn't live up to it because The Chosen was so good.
Which is like, what I'm worried about that for some bands like for Knock Loose
And
like, a,
and Van Animate,
yeah,
because
Knock Loose, a
like
tear in a
I
fabric. I mean not a tear in a fabric life. A different shade of blue was a really good album. Um, and I'm
they've also had some time to kind of marinate as
yeah
well, so it's like
yeah. And I'm like, mostly the thing I'm worried about is the Poppy feature. Like, that's the only thing I'm worried about. Other than that, yeah. And
see with Invent Animate. I've gone on saying Heavener's album of the decade. Okay, I keep going on about it. I know
I love this
that's what
album
scares
more
me.
than I love myself.
Anyway, no, like that's why I'm scared of because like if they would drop another album and say like 2025 or 2026,
hmm Yeah,
what
then
if like it doesn't live up to expectation because Heavener was so good?
yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? So it's like because
There's
like
like,
Grave You is really good, and I when that album dropped, I was like they can get better, but how much better? And then Heavener just blew me out of the water. blew Graveyou out of the water, and Graveyou was my 2020 album of the year. So it's like, well, shit.
I want to see
And
them in
then
anime. They're playing with
they're, oh my god, they're so
Northlane
good.
and Thornhill. I've already seen Invent Anime, and I've seen Thornhill a lot of time. In fact, I saw them together with Era in 2022. Um, but Northlane, it's like, they're alright.
Ian.
Eh. Like, I saw them with Fit for a King, and I feel like no, I only seen them with Fit for a King because I was supposed
It
to
for
see
a
them.
thing.
I was supposed to see them headline in 2022.
I
They were
saw,
gonna play with Silent Planet and Void of Vision, I think. But then that tour ended up getting canceled because Northlane didn't have their visas. So, yeah.
mm,
Which, the same thing just happened with Caskets, which was confusing because, like, they just did a tour with Bless the Fall in August. So I was, like, not expecting them not to be on make the tour, which I was kind of happy that they didn't make the tour because I didn't really like. I like Caskets and stuff, but I was like, I seen them twice before open for bands, and I don't care about Crown the Empire or Set It Off. So I was like, yeah.
mm, eh.
So, but I'm excited because in May I'm seeing Architects. Blah. Um,
Blah.
what else? Electric Callboy. Also, Of Mice and Men and While She Sleeps is on that Architect show, so that's gonna be fucking an amazing show. Should be.
Mm,
Um, and then in May I'm seeing Chaos and Carnage, which I'm probably not gonna say for the whole thing. I like Cattle Decapitation, but like I don't love them. They're not a band that I'm like want to go out of my way to see live. I'm mostly there for Humanity's Last Breath and Face Yourself because this is Face Yourself's first U.S. tour, and I think it might be Humanity's Last Breath's first U.S. tour. I'm not sure. Uh,
mm.
I want to check real quick. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm also seeing the Amity Affliction with Currents. I haven't seen Currents since 2021, and also Dying Wish. And then in June, I'm seeing Knocked Loose with Loath and some other bands. I don't remember the rest. And then I'm seeing A Day to Remember finally. They're one of the bands I want to see. And
Yeah.
I'm really hoping the set list is good because they could have a shitty set list if they really wanted to. Um,
Oh yeah.
but I think they'll, because it's called the least anticipated album of the year tour. So I feel
Yeah.
like they're like joking. I feel like they're gonna play Homesick front to back, and I really hope they do, because they're doing that when we were young. So I would be super pissed if they don't. I feel like that's a perfect opportunity. But hold on, I'm looking. Oh no, nope, they've never toured in the United States. Humanity Last Breath. So yeah, this will be their first U.S.
That's gonna
tour.
be exciting. I'd love to see them.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to come to Mass or something in May. Nah. But but yeah, I'm excited for that, and I'm not sure about other tours because I might see I Prevail with for King mostly because I'm trying to find something that me and my older brother can do. Cause
Fucking kill streaks on incarceration this year?
ooh,
Sorry. I
nice,
Holy shit.
nice.
I didn't know that. I just
I
found this.
Oh yeah, and Metal New England Metal Festival just got announced. The lineup is coming out on Friday, which I'm hoping Killswitch is on there, and I'm hoping that they get Howard Jones to do the End of Heartache front to back because it turns 20 in a few weeks. So yeah,
Mm.
that would be really
Bro,
good.
I'm so excited fucking Kill Streak is getting their fucking break.
Killswitch,
Kill
yes,
Switch, God.
Killswitch
Kill
is finally
Streak.
getting their big break.
Oh yeah, because Kill Switch is on. So Kill Switch is on the incarceration official playlist this year
Yeah.
because they're gonna be there too. And I saw them. I was like, Kill Switch. I was like, wait, no, Kill Streak.
Yeah.
Fucking Kill Streak's gonna be on it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah. that's pretty much it. Now we've got it to half hour, only a half hour shorter because we dragged it out a little bit. But anyways, yeah, that's
Who's on
pretty.
the official list for incarceration? Actually,
Mm, but yeah,
incarceration won't be as easy to reach because I'm in Virginia, not West Virginia now. But
oh well,
it won't be
yeah,
as easy to reach as
it's
I have been able to go in recent
easier
years.
for me to easier than it is for me to reach.
That's fair. I'm looking at the
Well,
headliners. So the headliners: Breaking Benjamin, Godsmack, Shinedown, Offspring, Hailstorm, Bad
Breaking.
Omens, Chevelle, I Prevail, and Parkway Drive are the
Mm.
headliners.
Parkway
I'm
Drive.
looking for.
I've seen that Parkway Drive plays an amazing show. I'm pissed off because I was supposed to see them in 2020. Obviously, we know why I didn't see them, but the lineup was gonna be them, Hate Breed, Fit for a King, and the Black Dahlia Murder. No wait, no wait. No wait. I know Knocked
Fucking
Loose.
Villa Maya.
I know Knocked Loose was on it because that was part of the reason I wanted it. It was like Fit for a King, Knocked Loose, either the Black Dahlia Murder or Hate Breed. It might have been both, and Parkway Drive. But that would have been an amazing show. What
Yeah.
about
Fucking
Bellamaya?
Villa Maya's in incarceration again this year. They were in it last year.
Sick.
Fit for a King, Chelsea Grin,
I saw
Traitors.
Bellamaya last year. They were pretty good, but I didn't see them headline. The headliner was Avatar, which I left.
Ooh, okay. So, Bless the Fall, Brand of Sacrifice, Era, and Kingdom of Giants are all also on
Hmm.
incarceration this year.
I'm hoping that Bless the Fall drops something else this year, either a new singles or hopefully somehow an album. Lorna Shore
Fucking.
will not have an album this year. I just saw Nick Nocturnal's podcast before this, and Will Ramos was on it, and he was saying that he said there's only going to be one tour this year that's not announced, and they're hoping that there's gonna be new music, but it seemed like he was like saying no, but we'll see, I
Mhm.
guess. I didn't really expect a new album because before, well, like they like put together Pain Remains pretty quickly because it was like 2020 to 2022. But I mean, it makes sense why they did it so quickly because of what happened with Immortal, um, and the success of Will Ramos on the EP.
Mhm.
But and also they had a pandemic to work with, so yeah. But because it was like 3 years, I think, or 4 years from Flesh Coffin to Immortal. I think it was 3 years. Because yeah, it came out in 2017, and then Immortal, yeah, 2020. So yeah, maybe next year we'll get a new Lorna album. Bad Omens, I'm interested if they're gonna drop a new album, like, especially because they had that single with Poppy. But maybe, I don't know. I don't think so. It'd be nice.
Mhm.
But anyways, we're basically just dragging this out.
Yeah.
Which is gonna suck for the audio listeners because this will be on Spotify because I figured out how to do that again.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, um yeah, episode 3, that's gonna happen on, what day is that gonna happen? April.
April 27th.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Nope. April 20th.
No. April 24th.
Yeah. Yes,
I was
it
looking at the
is.
wrong calendar.
Mhm. But yeah, that'll be exciting. I think most of the things will be out by then. What will not? Is there anything that's not gonna be out by then? Then oh, we'll miss Diamond Construct, which I know you don't really care that much about.
I'll check it out, but like,
But yeah, that
yeah, I don't
comes
know.
out 2 days after, which sucks. So Well, that'll be saved for May. What else?
As for me personally, I
Everything.
plan to drop me and the people, the boys and girl and Lorne are gonna be dropping a new single within the next month. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyways,
no EP announcement yet though.
yeah. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Go check out Will's music on Spotify, YouTube, all that stuff.
Eternity's
Eternity
Edge.
and Lorne. And then you can check out my music, Destined for Doom and Blasphemous Obituary. We got that show on Saturday at Kodo in Salem, Massachusetts. And yeah, that's it. So thank y'all for listening or watching, whatever. And
Listen to
I'll
the rest